break this shit down. We on the brink of greatness, nigga. A visionary, the vision scary, I know they hate it. A sharpshooter, the sharpest image, ain't no debating. I know they waiting on greatness so they could follow moves. I follow love, why would I ever follow you? But go ahead, do what you do, make it work for you. I'm 10 toes standing on the earth's soil. Cameraman, I can even spit a verse.
We alive.
Yo. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Black Room Podcast. Of course, we know it's Saturday, and typically on Saturdays, we tap into entrepreneurs, business people, business individuals, today's guests. But before we do that, how was everybody's day today?
Good.
Yeah,
Today was a really good day. Really good day.
That's what's up. I think 1983 the brand was everywhere. DJ Sam was doing an event. What was the name of the event you was doing?
It was BBB pop-up.
Okay,
So it was a pink takeover.
Okay, cool. Me and Nate was at the Doug.
Yeah.
And Dave was teaching a basket weaving class out in Monclova. So we all over the place.
Yeah, I think he did knitting first thing this morning.
Oh, for real? Knitting. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Was it
he has blisters on his fingers from all the knitting he did.
Was it oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's cool though. I'm glad he was able to, you know what I'm saying, get that popping. Maybe we can do a knitting special on the podcast.
It's a lot of yarn.
But without further ado, man, I'd like to welcome Gary BLAK to the podcast.
What's going on, man? Glad to be here.
So we're gonna get started real quick. What or who is Gary BLAK?
So I'm a producer, musician, multi-instrumentalist. I play 4 different instruments. Yeah.
So let's start with your first instrument. What is it? What's
so
your main one?
So drums is the instrument I started off on. I was 2 years old when I started off on drums. My dad used to put on like old like quartet videos, like VHS tapes, you know, like old canned spiritual stuff. And I would just get like little pots and pans,
bang them together.
Literally just put them together, you know what I'm saying, with pencils and just learn and play, you know. And then my big brother, you know, Ramon Wormley, he passed away last year.
Peace, yeah.
But that was always been my biggest influence musically.
Legend.
You know, he put the drumsticks in my hand.
Yeah.
So that was like, you know, a big thing too that got me started on drums. So
That's what's up. So what's your second favorite?
So keys, you know, and I really feel like I'm turning more into a keyboard player as I get older, you know. But I didn't start playing keys till my senior year of high school. You know, I was playing drums for my dad, and then we had like multiple musicians, you know.
Yeah.
Couldn't find nobody faithful. So then I was like, you know what, Dad?
I got you.
You know how it is, you know,
hold it down.
You know how it is. Yeah, so I was like, Dad, you know, I'm gonna learn. So he took me to Guitar Center and brought me a keyboard, and then after that, you know, it just went from there. So
yeah, I'm a fan of you on guitar, Brody. Real talk.
Man, I appreciate you, fam.
Yeah,
I appreciate you,
big
man.
time.
You know, so with guitar, I actually didn't pick that up for real till my grandmother died. So she died during COVID, and like her favorite instrument was guitar, and she always just tell me, you know, I wish you learn how to play that guitar. So when she passed away, I was like, all right,
you gotta pick it up.
So I went to Music Go Around, bought me a little cheap music guitar,
yeah,
and then just practice. And since then, you know, that's been that. So
I'm a fan of you on guitar.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you,
of course.
Yes, sir.
So that's 3.
right?
Oh,
No, the
bass.
fourth is simple, bro. You already know
Bass
that's
too.
bass. Yeah, you
but
know that's
I
bass.
I wasn't gonna say bass sitting with Nate in the room. Saying it was Nate. I wasn't gonna say bass.
nah.
You know, but
Listen, I just carry the bag. That's all I do,
Man.
bro.
you know, I play bass, but definitely mostly on like the production side. I don't really dig out on bass.
Man,
though.
yes, sir.
So,
Got
That's
to.
what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, with that being said, you playing all those instruments. We're gonna go straight into it. What is your top 5 of all time? It can be either R&B, hip hop. It can be
top 5 musicians
Techno.
of all time, artists of all
Anything.
time.
or anything. Your top 5.
Okay, so the greatest of all time to me is Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And any, I mean, like, dude wrote his own, arranged his own music, and I'm talking about his arrangements is like it's like crazy, you know,
Outlandish, yeah.
you know, even like especially for the time that it was back then, like, you know.
No,
Number
that's
2,
real.
I say Prince. I say Prince is number 2.
Oh,
You
shout out
know,
to Prince. I'm wearing
you know, like
Yeah,
that's
look at that.
yeah, I see.
That's
Like Prince was just like has always been like my like production like goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you think of producers and then there's Prince. Like literally, like he gonna produce the track, play every instrument on it, and then go on stage and just perform it and blow it out the water.
dude.
So yeah, Prince. And then 3, I say Stevie Wonder. You know,
Okay.
I mean he got like I go off of it, like whose music is still relevant to this day. Like,
Yeah.
and like every like since Stevie got on the scene, you know, like he was just like relevant. And then these last 2, so John P. Key is for it, and
Yeah.
he's by far my favorite gospel artist of all time. Like,
Yeah.
man, like when I tell you, like I know every John P. Key record, like out the top of my dome, man. Like literally, like
that's good.
like man, like he was like the biggest artist, gospel artist that I grew up listening to, you know. And then my big cousin, you know, that was his favorite too. So
Yeah.
he always just poured that into me. And then 5, so I'm a real big blues head, you know. So so I would have to say BB King would be my 5th.
That's
you know.
different.
Nice.
It is.
Nice.
It is. And I mean, like, and honestly, blues has had a lot of influence on my production side as well, you know, because people say, you know, oh man, your beats always have a lot of soul and stuff, man. And it's like the blues is so soulful and stuff because it, you know, it tells a story, you know.
Right.
And on the music side, you know, it's a lot of a lot of minor keys and stuff like that. So, you know, it brings about that soul too. So yeah, BB King would be my 5th. So
That's a great lineup.
Yeah, I
It
wasn't
really is.
I wasn't expecting BB King by
Yeah,
any
me
means.
neither. That threw me for a loop.
Yeah,
Solid
for sure.
I'm an
choice
old
though.
head. I'm an old
Solid
head,
choice.
man. I'm an old head.
So when you say old head, how old are you?
23.
Oh dang.
Is that we
Right.
get quiet, Jay?
I'm just saying, like, so I don't even know where to classify myself if he calling himself an old head at 23. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I already knew. That was the opposite way of damn.
Thanks.
We never heard of
Thanks.
damn.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Yeah.
It's cool though. I mean, you know, we all old heads in our own rights.
Right.
So you know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Facts, facts.
Yeah, I'll be 25 next month. So
Word, okay.
Let me see that birth certificate.
Man.
Make sure that
Oh,
mug
man.
stamped too.
I got mine off of Amazon. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Oh man.
No, that's what's up though. So also what you have in that top 5 of, you know, have you sampled any of those?
Stevie has been a big one for me. You know, like especially a lot of his percussion sounds.
Yeah.
Man, like he got some nice like bongos, congos, like shakers type stuff, man. So I've got a lot from him. Michael Jackson and Prince, not so much, you know, like their stuff is just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just some artists I just won't touch. and that's 2 of them.
Just in
Well,
case.
okay, I'm lying. Michael Jackson, I'm lying. So actually on the album that I just dropped,
Yeah.
I dropped a track. I forgot what it was called. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
good.
serious.
I mean, bro,
it's
you
my
be
own
moving.
music. It's
You
my
be
own
moving,
music. I
bro.
already know what's
You be doing your thing.
yeah.
That's
So
that old age.
right. So I had dropped the track, and at the beginning I sampled "Never Can Say Goodbye" by Michael Jackson, and man, like the way that it flipped, man, like I wasn't even expecting it to be able to flip it like that, man. But
Put it back right there.
dude, it was
Put it back.
man,
Put it back.
like,
Where that one is.
but I mean that's more Jackson 5. That ain't really Michael
That makes sense.
Jackson.
Yeah, right. Because It don't really count. Well, I guess it still counts, but like you said, it's Jackson 5.
Yeah.
So
So
it's different.
But that one's a really, not saying easy. That one it could be done very well if it's
Yeah.
executed properly.
Yeah.
Like it's a good sample.
yeah, because I mean, like Jackson 5 has so many like gems, man. So many gems.
People
So-
sample them a lot, actually.
Ahead of their
Like,
time. You gotta
Yeah,
think.
for
A lot,
sure.
Ahead of their
a lot.
time.
Facts.
Heck yeah.
You watching that cup?
I was babysitting a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Mix you
You
with
gonna
the-
get some of that bamboo up in
Yeah, man, they give me stuff I can't remember the name after I drink it. I don't.
Hey man,
tough.
that's how you know.
So can I just want to know, Gary, are you working on anything right now? Like, I mean, that's kind of a trick question.
So I just dropped an album called The Chronicle Part 2. I dropped Part 1 last year. The Chronicle is gonna be like a little beat tape series of mine. You know, I might go to Part 50, Part 100. You
Send
know,
it, right.
you know, we'll see. I'll keep it going as long as I keep it going.
So elaborate. Is it just instruments? Is it like?
Yep. So
okay.
so it's just a beat album, just all instrumentals, you know, and like, and my reasoning for doing this was because most of the year I'm working with a lot of artists, you know, I'm gigging a lot, you know, I'm working with a lot of different people, but like I never really get a chance to really get my ideas out
Yeah.
and just really just make what I want to make and just like vibe out, you know.
Right.
So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna make a little tape, just take 7-8 tracks to myself a year. You know, just guaranteeing myself 8 tracks a year just for me to where I can do what I want to do.
Heck yeah.
And then I mean, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I'll just throw it in the
Be all the
tape
way into
and
it.
just drop it out, you know.
Send it. Yeah.
So you know, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback off of it. So yeah.
Cool.
That's dope.
How many tracks is it?
7 tracks on Part 2, and then on Part 1, I believe it's 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 9 or 10.
9 or 10. Yeah, yeah.
Now these particular tracks, are they for sale?
Yeah, well, so
I'm sorry, I'll say no.
for the right price, yes.
Okay.
So I mean, like majority of the time, you know, when I sell beats, you know, I lease them, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm making like beats that are custom for artists and stuff like that.
Smooth.
But you know, if somebody wants to vibe out one of the joints on the album, you know, for the right price, you know, we can make it happen. So
Send it.
I like that.
I really want to ask what's the right price,
man, so
but I don't know if you really want to release that.
man, so honestly, man, like
Damn, no. Right. When you say honestly, man.
honestly, man, for the work that I put in each track, man, like to give up the exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive.
Like you
I'm-
chose these.
Yeah, like
yourself.
to give the exclusive rights, like y'all can't like this is your beat. I can't go less than 1,000, man, because it's like
Yes, sir.
Oh, damn, we just lost a follower.
Now we gained one.
I'm serious, man, because it's like
Oh shit,
I'm trying to see this comment.
because it's like you gotta think about it, you know, like somebody can buy your beat. Say somebody buys your beat for like $200, right?
Right.
And then they take that song, record it, drop it, and somehow it blows up, somehow it gets big, and now they done made like what 40, 50 racks
off of your
off
200.
of your 200, you know. So it's like if I'm gonna sell the exclusive, then you know, and that's why like I've gone more and more to just working with certain artists, you know, and just us just like collaborating together, you know, because
Right.
when you put the money into it, man, it just takes away so much from it, man. So
Mhm.
Hold on, I gotta. Sorry, quick second. Jay, you want to talk about cups? Why am I the only one with the cup?
Because I was trying to treat you like a lady.
Right.
We don't drink out of cups. We're men.
But you guys don't have real alcohol. You guys have cute beers.
Cute beers.
Really
That's
cute
interesting.
beers.
This is gluten free.
Just gonna-
Oh, it's even cuter.
Yeah,
You watch it, you figure.
it's hard cider, gluten free.
Hard emphasis.
Green apple. To
Yes,
make it sound
green
cute.
apple.
There it is.
Right. Green
You gotta
apple.
hold your pinkies up drinking that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And
and
I'm sorry, Gary. You got me excited to get him back. I'm sorry.
It's
oh
cool.
man, I'm weak.
So,
Players.
like, do you have a certain? Okay, what celebrity artists would you say besides the ones you named do you want to collab with in today's time?
So in today's time, I would say J. Cole. You know, is the rapper that I really like. I really feel like, especially on this past album, man, the last 2 songs, especially the one track on my last album called Heal.
Yeah.
Man, like I've been trying to find a way to get to his email since I made that track. It's like I feel like with his flow and the way he's able to just flow on the most soulful tracks, you know, I would love to get a chance to record one song with him for sure.
That's
solid.
dope.
Solid. Heck yeah. Man.
So I have to ask because I'm a DJ and I really I like beats and all that, but I get as a beat maker and stuff.
Mhm.
Do you? Okay, I don't want to say this because you probably gave your beats away and stole them, but have you ever heard a song you didn't like on your own beat?
Ooh.
Yes. Yes, I have. And this was when I was first starting out, selling my beats and everything, not this isn't within the past couple of years. I've had the honor and the pleasure of working with some amazing artists in these past couple of years, and every song in this past couple of years has been great. But yeah, when I first got started, and I was just giving my beats to anybody. I mean, like, I was thirsty for people to be on my beats, and I was just, hey man, you want this, you want this, you want that, and people were getting on them, and I'm like.
So what lesson came from that? What made you change as an artist from that?
The lesson that came from that is I have to be protective and be mindful of the vibe that I bring forth to the table with my music, and making sure that vibe matches the vibe of the artist, or else it's no point in making the music because it's not going to correlate the right way.
True.
Like, both people have to be on the same page, and like I feel like once I gained that mindset in terms of being a musician, like, and making sure, because one band, one sound, everybody has to be on one accord and one mind. So I'm thinking, okay, it's the same thing in the studio.
Yeah.
The artist has to be on court with the producer, and in the beginning,
yeah, you saying it, bro.
So but yeah, that was definitely a hard lesson to have to learn. So.
I can only imagine.
Probably was like, I'm about to scrap this.
Man, how do you not want to hear your beat ever again? Because somebody just tore it up. Like,
I'm not surprised.
That would hurt my heart.
It happens.
It would genuinely hurt.
Yeah.
Give me a minute, man. I'm actually looking up J. Cole's email.
Word, man. If you find his email, bro, oh my goodness, that'll be.
If anybody out there
so clutch
on the live has J. Cole's email, feel free to drop it in the comments.
I know his
section.
producer Mez is very accessible.
Help us out.
Drop it, man.
Say you could probably reach out to his producer Mez. He's very accessible.
Yes,
man.
he is.
Like,
technically anybody is accessible. So
Yeah,
that's how
sure.
I personally feel.
Oh, Simba too. Simba is a
yes.
Yeah. So actually, I wound up I actually sent the beat to Simba's email like a week and a half ago. He leaves his email in his bio, so I sent him a beat. So
yeah,
who knows? It might be 3 years from now he might run into it.
Just
that reminded me. Okay, now this is backtracking. Probably last year before. Zaytoven, explain,
man.
Explain,
man, bro. So it's so it's crazy, man. So I had just hit up Zaytoven just in his DM, like, hey man, I'm a big fan, big fan of your production and stuff. Just asking him like, hey, what do you have to say to a young upcoming producer?
Yeah,
and he actually hit me back, and I was just like, what? I was just freaking out, man. So he was like, man, just send me a couple tracks. I sent him a couple tracks. He made a video reacting
to the one.
It, bro. Yep. And I was just like, yo, I'm like, this is crazy. And then when he said my name, I'm like, does Zaytoven just say my producer name?
Bro, yeah.
That's like, unreal. How long ago was this?
This was
last
year. A year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
It was almost 2 years ago? Yeah. I feel like that was last year, bro.
It might have been last year, man.
It probably was earlier last year.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, it was the beginning of the last year. Yep. Yeah, man.
So have you checked any of his songs and make sure he hasn't used it?
Shit,
I haven't, but
I'd be like, fuck, use it, bro.
But honestly, man, like, and that's the thing too I learned about being a producer, man. Like, and one of my biggest, like, producer influences in the city, Logic Johnson, Ryan Ramsey, one of the OGs, from the city. He taught me this very important lesson: never fall in love with a track. You can't. I mean, so if he did and it turned into a good song, that's great. Even though I'm not on paper, I know I had a part in making a good song.
Yeah.
But I'm not, man. Like, I can make a beat every day. So can't fall in love with it.
That's hard.
I just remembered that was like I remember watching the live. Like, I was like, yo, he just shot my boy.
Yeah, man, that was so dope. Man.
So did you continue to run with that, or you just kind of let it fall to the wayside?
So I mean, I was sharing it, but and I had got a couple of DMs from a couple of I ain't gonna say. I say C list, B list, whatever you want to say, rappers or whatever. But nothing ever came out of it. So, I was just like, all right, I'm not going to just hang my horse on this.
Yep.
Let me just get back to work. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. You approach it the right way.
Heck
yeah. Got to, man. Got to keep moving forward.
Sometimes when people not say necessarily get famous or see a little bit of it or just see a little bit of attention, they literally just take it to the rooftop and forget, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's good that you did. And that's good you stayed grounded and, went right back to work as if, he was no different than you as a person.
So, no doubt, man.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Man.
That's dope. So who are you sending your music to next? Besides J. Cole.
So on the R&B side, Erykah Badu is a big one.
Okay.
I actually studied jazz in college for 3 years. So, and that's when I really got into the neo soul kind
Yeah.
of sound. And since then, I'm like, man, like I would just love to send her some stuff. I would love to send her some stuff, and Jasmine Sullivan too. You know,
Love
those
her.
two are my big R&B artists right now. Like,
I know this may be a different perspective or idea, but like I feel like 3 Stacks would be crazy.
that would.
Not 3 Stacks.
That really
3 Stacks would be crazy.
That would. I ain't even think about that,
Bro.
man.
See, I want to hear some stuff because I like the vibes I get is like Snow Allegra too. Like
Oh,
I can
yeah.
hear you really doing something for Snow.
Man.
Like seriously.
Yeah, we
See,
got-
and that's the thing I've always had trouble with. You know, people tell me, "Oh man, you should produce for this artist, that artist." You know, and like a lot of times I have trouble like figuring out who I would be good working with. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so but
I mean, at the end of the day, you
I
just got to
mean,
go out and try it.
Yeah, that too, for
facts,
sure.
facts.
Because you never know who's linked to who.
Right, real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, real
Fact.
talk. Real
When
talk.
when you do your when you did your when you released your tapes,
Mhm.
did you have a listening party for them?
So, and it's crazy. My business manager and one of my best friends in the world, Nate Hicks. You know, shout out to my boy Nate, man, late bro.
Yes, sir.
He was telling me, hey man, next time you drop a beat tape, man, have a listening party. You know, have a listening party. And I just remember waking up one morning because I mean I've had the album done for, well, so the last track on there, Certified, that's the newest one that I made that I put as the last track on the album, and I made that like 2 weeks ago. I woke up one morning, I'm like, man, I'm just gonna drop it, you know.
Same.
And honestly, man, I was just, it was around the anniversary of the 1 year anniversary that my big cousin passed, and I was just thinking of all the opportunities that I felt like I missed, musically, not being able to work with him because I was just waiting for the right time, and I was just like, man, I might have just released this today.
Time is now, yeah.
So I literally just uploaded the album, and just dropped it. Nobody knew I was coming out with it,
Dude, yeah.
But man, like everybody was like, okay, cool, we'll check it out. So
Do you want to hear one, son?
Of course.
I want to say last. Let me get to
man,
I mean, even though you have dropped it, it ain't too late because
It's
the
never
people,
too late.
the people who might have heard it, there might be people who
yeah, you
want to
right.
be in a room and hear it.
You right.
And it's definitely, I will say, I just actually went to a concert recently. I listened to this man's album multiple times before I went. None of the songs hit the same as they did. I seen it in person and experienced it, and like it's almost like you tie a better memory with it when you experience it like live.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I definitely think a listening party still isn't too late.
You know what? I probably will have one.
I
Everybody
can-
be on the lookout for listening party.
I can tell you
There
where
you
you can
go.
have it at too.
Uh-oh.
You rocking that man hat. You
Yes,
ever been to
sir.
a studio?
Oh yeah.
That's where he
So
operate
crazy.
out
So
of.
crazy thing is, man. Let me tell y'all about Chief, man.
Shout out, Chief.
Chief alone, man. Like when I tell y'all, like he the one dude that gave me a chance. Like literally, like I was working a music go around, like just an up and coming producer. Chief walks in, with all his bling on and everything.
It was below zero with glasses on.
Yeah,
too?
I'm talking about he drip. And he
Going
like,
into music go around.
Yeah.
I bump with it though. That means I need a
so
microphone.
we start talking. I'm like, man, I'm up and coming producer. He like, man, come to the studio tonight. I'm like, for real? You going to the studio?
That's
And
That's
like
love.
I had never been into a studio, like a professional like studio before ever. So I got off work, went right over there, man. And, I was just amazed, and I was just like a sponge, just sitting here watching him, mix and master and stuff, and he listened to some of my beats, and them beats back then was terrible, man. Like that was when I first got started, and he gave me some good, very constructive criticism, and I took that, and
That's
applied that, and ever since then, he just been,
Yeah, he saw the potential.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And, so that's my studio I work at, man.
Yeah,
So,
shout out
shout out
Chief,
Chief, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing but love over here for him.
Yeah, he already know. I cut his hair, so we be chopping it up all day,
All
all
the
day,
time, bro.
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
shout out Chief.
that's my guy. Matter of fact, he is our guest next week on the podcast.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Come through if you want to, Doc.
Yeah, we gotta-
if you ain't too busy. I know
It's
you're
a,
a busy man.
it's a special podcast.
Yes.
Word.
We at the Cigar Lounge
Yes.
with our podcast
Word.
next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
What day and time?
I'll tell you after the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't want people bombarding us.
Right.
I want to get on the mic.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
for sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
Santa be sitting there. No, I'm just playing.
So then they put it up to the cigar.
Also, they're reading the comments.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, for your
man.
first time.
He talking about the
Yeah,
And I realized
I can't hear it. I don't know how he can, but I forgot who that is. So you know what I mean. He can
Ryan
hear.
got bat
Yeah,
ears.
he got
Very
bat
true.
ears. So
Is there a specific song you want us to play?
Certified.
Say less.
That's my favorite.
I was
song.
thinking that too. Okay.
can you give us as he's getting ready to play? Can you give us a story behind that?
So I had bought a sample pack from this one beat website, and like literally like so the sample that's on the track, it sounds totally different from how the sample originally, like it was like an old song or whatever, because like I've been getting in like finding trouble with getting my like samples cleared and stuff. So I'm like, man, from now on, I'm just buying
The packs.
you know,
And sifting
like,
through the packs.
Yep. And man, when I tell you, like, I was just in there and I was just like, I chopped up the sample and I'm like, I'm like, this is like soulful. But I'm like, how do I come at this melody? You know, I'm like, do I come crazy with some like
Heavy type,
you know what I'm saying? Do I come subtle, you know?
Right.
And like I feel like I found a perfect mix, you know. So I was just like, so yeah.
All right. So here's Certified.
Is this really TW?
There's straight J. Cole on this.
Yeah, it's J. Cole right out the gate.
Tell you, man, I need this email, man.
I think if anybody's accessible, J. Cole.
Piano on this is crazy.
I appreciate it, bro, man. I appreciate it, man, bro. Like, and then this part of the sample here, bro, like,
bro, you know what this reminds
You
me
let
of?
the boy breathe, man. That's clean.
You know who actually could be on this before J. Cole? I'm just feeling like straight Dipset right now.
I was gonna say New York. I was thinking Locks. I was thinking
Locks, yeah. Oh
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
I just hear Joel's coming on this like super hard. Yeah, this
and like, man, like when I found those bongos, I'm
I
like,
was just about to say them bongos
I'm
giving
like,
that jungle
Yeah,
in the box.
yeah.
shit,
that's
you know
what I
mean?
like I was going for more like an aggressive, like street type, you know what I'm saying? Feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like you like we into it.
Yeah, Afro hood. Bro.
Yeah,
I fuck with it.
facts.
I could definitely hear that on like a
Afro
power
trap.
intro. You know, like a new like a 50 Cent like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like they
literally.
just walked out of the.
Yeah,
oh,
you could
and
definitely
you
see
need to
that
submit
intro.
your stuff, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I mean, Nate know all about that.
Man. Oh. All right, there we go.
You know that
yeah.
music
So
dramatic moment.
yeah, so Nate actually been really talking to me and trying to get me on my publishing wave,
Yeah.
man. So I'm about to get into that too, man. But yeah, so,
Heck yeah, bro.
yeah. This is my favorite, probably my favorite beat I've made ever. You know, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just like, I don't know, like I saw the growth in myself with this track. You know, like in terms of discipline, man. Because when I first started producing, I was just throwing everything in the kitchen sink in my beats, man. Like, I'm talking about-
Paprika.
yeah, synth, pad, bass, lead, double lead. You know, I'm throwing everything in there, and I like literally had to learn to just like, man,
Sit back.
you can throw all that stuff in there, but just space it out, man. Like put
yeah.
this and this here, put this and this there. You know.
I'll say, since we already are here, what do you want from the Chronicle Part 1? I have my own.
Oh, wait, how do I got
Okay.
a question? That certified, you said that was one you made 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So it's my recent beat. Well, Nate, you said you got one off the Chronicle Part 1. You can pick which one you want.
What was the process of that as far as like how long did it take you to make that beat?
Like 15 minutes.
That's insane.
So I like literally like the longest part was me figuring out how I wanted to approach the drums. But once I got my approach, literally it was just bop, bop, bop.
Okay,
bop, bop,
so I heard Lil Wayne just say in an interview that his favorite song is the last song he recorded. And when he records his next song, he forgets the last song. So do you feel like that's your favorite beat right now because it's the last beat you just did?
So,
He don't-
crazy thing is that
he
might
don't-
actually be true.
You don't do do you do promethazine?
Don't worry about what's in Wayne's cup. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, look, he did say don't worry about
But
what's
no,
in that cup, right?
actually, you know, that might be accurate. You know,
Okay.
like but I mean, there have been some beats that I've made. I'm like, okay, on to the next one. You know, I ain't really thinking about that one, but that was when I was definitely like,
You like that one. Okay.
so
Say,
I'm about to say, Nate, you said you got one.
For
that
me,
you,
it's a toss up between two, but I'll play the one I'm thinking about.
Alright.
I'll play the other one.
Man.
I'll play the other one actually.
Bruh.
Yes, sir.
This is actually my least favorite on the part one.
What? Bruh. So for me as a bass player, bro, it's like
Yeah.
I can see that.
you sit in that.
Yeah.
And the drums just the whole time.
So I actually recorded that bass live.
I can tell.
I forgot about this one, man. That's
This
great.
is one of my favorite ones. Well, this is the second favorite.
What was your favorite?
Toxic?
Toxic. For real?
Yeah.
Man.
And I actually wanted to talk about this. For a lot of artists, like some of their least favorite songs are a lot of other people's favorites
Yeah.
because they put their heart into certain songs and they feel like y'all should gravitate towards
Man,
this.
Literally, bro. Like literally. So the breaks is my favorite.
I was
track
going to choose
on
that,
on
but I
part.
feel like a lot of people like the
Cause
breaks.
I'm like, man, like that was one of them samples. So I actually sampled that off a real vinyl, man. Like I sampled it off my record player. I had sampled a Bobby Blue Bland record, man.
Yep.
The record that got Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City on it, man.
Mhm.
I forgot exactly what song it was because it was so long ago, man. But I literally chopped it up off the vinyl, and it came out clear. And then I was like, man, like, cause like that's when I first started trying to sample off the vinyl, and I'm like, man, like I don't know how to do this, you
Listen,
know.
bro, I absolutely, like I said, this is my second favorite, and this Toxic is my first favorite. And I actually want to talk to you about, or ask you a question. So when it comes to when you name your tracks, do you come up with a name then try to base the track off of that, or do you actually make the track
That's
and then try to
crazy.
come up with a name at the end?
What? He got J. Cole email, bro. What?
I told you, bro, we work.
Bro, I'm taking a picture of this right now.
We work,
I'm about
bro.
to send this to you right now, man. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Man, if something happened, y'all seen it here first. Man.
Seen it here first, right?
Y'all seen
Drop it in the
first on
comment
Black
section.
Room, man. Right.
Look,
But
I'm
nah,
gonna
man,
get you a secondary too, just to be safe.
Man, I appreciate you so much, bro.
Yo, for sure.
Man, that's
I'm gonna-
good, man. But
I'm gonna
no,
play the breaks, bro. I'm gonna play the breaks.
what you asked though, Nate?
Your track naming process. Do you come up with a name to try to fit the track to the name, or do you make the track and then sit with the track and try to come up with a name?
So literally I come up with the name after I make the beat, you know, like because I base my names off of how I'm feeling emotionally, what I'm going on. Like Toxic, I named that Toxic, you know, because it's like I was at a point in my life where I feel like I was being like toxic like in myself, like in terms of like my self-confidence, like I was like being toxic in my own growth as a musician, because I'm like, man, I suck, you know, I'm terrible, I'm trash, you know, just like thinking bad thoughts. And I'm like, man, like, and like after I made that Toxic beat, I'm like, okay, like I mean,
I ain't that bad.
you know, so
yeah.
so.
For me, it showed. The reason why I like that track as my number one is because it shows so much transparency as you yourself as a producer and a musician, obviously.
Yeah,
and I mean, like, as I've known you 3-4 years now.
Yeah,
and it's like seeing you grow, and while I'm still growing, shit, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's bro, it's definitely inspirational.
man,
That's
bro.
why I was like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, hey man, can't nobody touch this.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
But the breaks is solid, though. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. I'll play the breaks.
That's my favorite.
Somebody ought to just reach out and help me.
That beat drop is something serious,
See
though.
no sunshine with my baby. Is this really that me? Somebody ought to just.
It's the camera.
Somebody ought to just.
It's a camera.
Oh yes, for sure.
You have everything I'm hearing is giving me New York.
New York, yeah, like literally, like come home with me.
Yeah, when you move to New York, bro.
You're gonna have Fabulous at your door.
come
You're
home
gonna
with me.
have all of it.
Man, bro.
Nah,
You
I'ma
know, New Yorkers love a good girl
Listen.
singing in the background,
Man.
just wailing. They
Gosh.
love it.
I'm gonna tell you what to do, bro.
So crazy thing is my like my producer, like my favorite producer all time is Knife Wonder.
Yeah.
And like literally, you know, like that's East Coast all day. You
Yeah,
know?
no, that's crazy.
So like literally like the East Coast has been like my influence, but also West Coast too, man. You know,
Yeah, you gotta respect both sides.
Yeah.
man.
See, I like West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like West Coast
Yeah.
vibes. They just
Now I mean now so I do have a track on the Chronicle Part 1 called Laughter.
Yep.
That's West Coast.
Can I hear that? I want to hear it.
all day. West Coast all day.
Before you do that, so when the next time you go to New York?
I never been, man.
So
But
so listen, this is something that you should do.
Mhm.
And all you gotta do is do what everybody else do. Put yourself in that space, get you a speaker, sit out on the corner of Manhattan and say, buy my beats.
Buy my beats.
Buy
Play
my
tracks
beats and
all
just
night
play it.
long.
Go to Times Square and play it. Guess what? Somebody is going to record and somebody's going to send it to somebody.
I'm about to say, man, honestly, man, I'm down to try it.
Yeah,
But no,
listen,
and if
man.
you play your instrument live with it, just on some like just
Oh, yeah.
So
You're-
crazy thing is, so I actually started my own band this year called Soulful Collective.
We was gonna tap into that.
Yeah,
We was gonna
so-
tap into
yeah.
that.
Slow down. Slow down,
I
Tito.
perform-
Yeah, we was gonna tap into that.
and I performed two tracks off of the Chronicle Part 2 with my drummer CJ.
Shout
and
out CJ.
and
bro.
yeah, so I just took out the drums, and we just really like just played it live,
that's crazy.
and like people were digging it, man. So
Bro, CJ,
CJ
even
Brown,
as a young drummer, bro, when he way back,
yeah.
Ugh.
But now it's just like,
ugh,
and it's like he's like he reads my mind,
Yeah.
like it's like he
that
knows
boy
exactly,
tied in.
he knows exactly where I'm going, man.
He locked
So,
in. That's a drummer. That's a
Yeah.
musical drummer right there,
Yeah.
bro.
When people start reading your mind, you can't let them people go.
Nah, never,
You know what
you
I'm saying?
know, it's
I
like-
experience it every day.
That chemistry. That
I experience it every day.
Nah,
Like,
man.
experienced it today.
yes. You know
Nah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
man, CJ my drummer, man.
That chemistry lock is serious. I'm
It's
glad
very
you found it
serious.
early.
Man, me too, man.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that, like I'm glad I found me a unit I could lock in with now, so we can just grow.
Yeah.
We got time to grow. So
Yeah, shout out to y'all, bro. Soulful Collective. Make sure you guys stay on the lookout. Soulful Collective, Nate Hicks, y'all not all in one, but they basically all
I
in
might
one.
say, Nate, I might say Nate Hicks is my business manager.
Yep.
So I mean, like me, like I'm still getting into all this business type of stuff, but Nate's really good at that. So
Mhm.
I thank Nate, for doing that for me. So,
Man, forget Nate. No, I'm just playing.
He was supposed to actually come through today, I think.
for real.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw him earlier.
Yeah, he was at the event, the event we did earlier.
Event.
Yeah, so yeah, he was
All
there.
this laughter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You ready, son?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is this you, GW?
See, but Method Man used that before.
Huh?
Like that little beginning part sounded like a Method Man song, or like
Yeah, it did.
So
It
crazy
did.
thing.
isn't that a Method Man?
Woo Dang. Woo.
That was a
So
Method
crazy thing is, I actually got this. I was actually inspired by this beat by watching the Wu Tang documentary on Hulu.
Tough.
Tough.
Like really, I was
The
like
first 2 seconds.
I was watching it and I was like, hold on. I was like, oh, this song go crazy. I literally went in the lab and just chopped it up, man, and made this. So
Yeah.
Oh,
West
and then
Coast,
like this is like 2 beats in the one,
Yeah.
like it shifts to a whole different melody like halfway through, and then it
Okay.
switches back. Like, man, so.
I definitely hear Woo. I hear RZA all in this,
Yeah.
like 100%.
I do have a suggestion for you.
Yo,
As far as the first 2 beats that we have, because they New York bound, you can always get those to Clemmy.
That is true.
man, I need to work with Clemmy, man. Like that's like he's the one like rap artist like in Toledo that I really want to work with right now. Because I feel like my beats still had that like like that. I ain't gonna say that vintage sound, but like still had that like it ain't all the way trap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like and like man,
It's hip hop.
yeah. If I can work with Clemmy, man, that'd
Can
be
we
great.
shout out Clemmy real quick? Shout
Clemmy,
out
man,
to
let's
us.
work, Clemmy.
Let's work.
Shout out,
man.
shout out.
Yeah,
Clemmy.
that's a
Let's work. I got a beat pack for you right now, man. Let's work.
Somebody
I'm about to
comment
say,
Clemmy's
that's a
name in the comments.
percentage hearing. I call that a percentage hearing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna
Great
lie to
suggestion.
you.
Suggestion.
Once again, Chief, that would be your connection to
Yeah.
Clemmy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Clemmy literally. Chief was literally like,
Clemmy is my niece's uncle.
oh, see, there you go, another connection.
Say, it's
Cindy
my niece's
well-versed.
uncle.
Yeah, Chief was like, yo,
Not my niece, my daughter.
he like, yo, you want Clemmy on the podcast? I'm like, yeah. He like, all right, let me know when. I just call him, tell him, bring his ass over here, sit down on the couch.
That's crazy.
So you know what I mean? Chief connecting in every
There it is,
area.
Clemmy brag.
He
Let's
is,
get it. Go ahead. Clemmy.
So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen.
Okay, so hearing your beats, what is your perspective on The Alchemist? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you in the hot seat, but
No, you didn't. I mean, honestly, I'm a fan.
okay.
I'm a fan.
Okay.
And I mean, like, I don't really have a whole lot
To say,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I mean, I'm a fan. I would say I'm a fan.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
for
say I'm a
sure.
fan. Yeah, I'll say I'm a fan. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Oh man.
mean, we might as well just play the BPAC in our under music as we go.
No,
I just thought
love
about it, bro.
though. Like this is actually
No,
great.
that's what I'm saying. You know how we play
Well,
music.
man, start from the first one, man. That
Okay, say less.
man,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
was thinking about it.
Paradise. That's my second one.
I loved Paradise too, though, because it's a great intro, phenomenal
I wanna
intro.
know, have you found yourself another man? Is this your key, Daddy?
Is that your
my
tag?
favorite. This is
Yeah,
my
What's your
that's my
tag?
tag. Yeah, it's my
Immediately
tag.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
What does it say?
It says, "Is this UGW?"
I thought it was saying, "Is this you, Daddy?"
I
thought I heard that.
And as an artist, I'm sorry when I compare your music, that's literally me just hearing and like comparing it to what I like. So please don't think I'm just like, oh, she says.
Oh,
saying
no,
easy.
no,
I'm
no.
sorry, I had to
No,
realize.
honestly, I love hearing that kind of stuff. You know,
Okay.
and like I've always been the type of dude. Like I love hearing like opinions about my music and stuff like that. You know, so in like comparisons and stuff like that. So yeah, I love hearing that kind of stuff.
I know some people they don't want to hear that.
Oh, no, that ain't me.
Oh, the comparison,
me,
the
man.
comparison thing.
Yeah, like artists are sensitive
And I-
about their shit.
And
so
I feel like that's really why God has really like allowed me to grow as a musician, because like I'm so like open and a sponge, and I'm willing to learn it and like soak up, and like, you know, just like I'm not too like proud to like take advice and take like criticism, you know.
Yes, sir.
So and just like really like soak
but that's
up.
the key.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's really the key to
It's an
success.
absolute key.
Man,
You're always coachable,
yep.
Facts.
and that's dope.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Now, 'cause I'm loving all like everything I'm hearing. I like.
Man,
Paradise.
he's been in the lab. Yeah, this is Paradise.
I can't lie, it's my favorite I've heard so far.
For real?
This is actually my favorite I've heard so far.
Okay.
Like I'm being honest, it really
I
is.
understand.
I like it a lot though. So.
You play Toxic next.
This is probably the least. It's kind of dumb. It kind of reminds me of Song Cry, but the least New York. Like I know it's kind of a New York vibe, but this is more of like you could ride in the. That's funny. You could have like Monica sing on this.
I'm about to say this.
You could have
some
like
Nipsey Hussle stuff.
Yeah,
right
like
here.
you could have a real like, or like Larry June could just vibe on this, like, and that's a West Coast, you know. So that's what I'm really hearing about. I like this.
Versatile.
Very.
Man, you've been doing your thing, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro. Man. I'm glory to God, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love that.
I get what you're saying when you saying that you would charge like 1,000. Now,
for an exclusive, like,
well, I get that.
Mhm.
So, would you charge 1,000 exclusively to somebody? Okay, and this is just me being honest because I'm a blunt person.
right.
Would you charge 1,000 to a person that you know is not going to blow up?
So I'm not gonna lie, and I mean we being honest.
Yeah.
So we be honest, I'm not gonna sell that beat to a person I know is not gonna blow up. And that's one thing that I've learned as a producer. I have every right to sell my music and work who I want to work with. You know,
person, you
I
have
mean,
the right to say no.
and if honestly, if I feel like you're not gonna do justice by my track, I'm not gonna sell it to you.
So
But
you
I mean,
would-
with people like Blueface out there, can't anybody blow up?
I'm
I'm just saying.
Anybody can,
Right.
you know. But it's like I don't want to be that producer that
Yeah.
blows up on a
Yeah.
song because it's so goofy that everybody makes fun of it, and then now it becomes a meme. You know, like
I
I
want
want
it to matter.
yeah, like I want to make a hit record. Like
Blue-
people are like, man,
Blueface blew up because he tatted his face.
that.
Well, no,
too.
he actually Tatiana. That was all.
Well,
he had.
Tatiana.
That was it. I was just
Man.
saying if
And he
could do it,
He crit wall like he 86.
somebody else can.
Man.
But no, but that also leads to the lesson you said you learned in the beginning. You sold it when you gave a beat away,
Yeah.
and you regretted it. So it's like now, you have standards.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah.
can get on your beats?
And I mean, like my opinion doesn't dictate who makes it and who doesn't. You
Right.
know, like I mean, like I'm not like when I think like that, I'm not hating on nobody's craft or anything. But if I feel like it's more of like okay, like
But that's not hating. That's just you being truthful.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot
You
of
don't
people
want to be tied to that.
you don't want to be tied to that because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could give somebody the beat and they could lay a track, and then it's like that's trash. So the beat now is the focus of the song is that it's trash. They don't give two shits about the beat anymore.
right, man.
See, but honestly though, okay, so that's where I'm devil's advocate because I'm one of the people. I will hate the lyrics of a song, but I love the beat.
And that's
Like,
that's
normal. But people,
I'm not saying all the time because I'm not gonna listen to
Yeah,
Blueface,
but-
but like Jack Harlow side piece, love the beat.
I like listening
Hate
to
the
Blueface.
lyrics.
But okay, so saying to go back to what you was talking about, we're just gonna ignore that. I just that is absolutely true. The issue is the typical person who's not into music,
For
like,
sure.
like you are, we are, Gary, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna dismiss everything.
Yeah.
They're not gonna handpick, you know what I'm saying? Because we could go through that any of his beats and either pick out the instruments or pick out what we like and what we don't like. They're not gonna do that. They just
For
gonna
sure.
listen to it and say, you know what I'm saying? Think about it this way. How many songs is Drake actually on it? The beat probably trash, but because he owned it, everybody liked the song.
You're right. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of artists.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Yeah. Real
So
talk.
that's just, unfortunately, that's just the way.
but I respect the fact that you just have that standard of you're not just trying to blow up. You're not just trying to have a gimmick.
And I
you
mean,
know?
like,
Yes,
and
he
that's
is. He trying to get to J. Cole.
Man, he loves. It's
Nah,
the
I mean,
love
like,
of the
just
art,
playing.
bro.
literally, it's the love of the art, you know, because I mean, like, I'm the type of dude, like, it's like I love it too much to ruin the innocence of it, you know. And I mean, like, I've tried to be that musician before that, just like, okay, I'm just gonna be a full-time musician. I'm just gonna gig all the time. And I was doing it, you know. I would, like, literally last summer I was gigging like 4 or 5 days out the week, you know. But I wound up getting tired of it because I'm like, okay, like, it felt like I'm just like prostituting my gift, you know, like
all the way on, all the time on the go.
Yeah, all the time on the go. And I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore, you know, like I want to find that love and that innocence again for it. So,
You said
passion.
prostituting your gift?
yeah. So
here you go.
No, I know. I just was reiterating. You're fine.
I'm gonna say
He was hinting pause and
Yeah.
then say,
No. I'm gonna let him prostitute his gift. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Okay, pause.
No, you ain't even have to. You ain't even have to. It was just more of a, you know what I'm saying, like, outside with the sign, like,
Y'all crazy.
I got beats. You know what I'm saying?
So no, that actually leads into like even a better question. Like that not ruined it, but it kind of made it less passionate.
Yeah.
So like, do you feel like you've ever had a moment where you just weren't passionate at all?
So the latest one was after my big cousin, you know, I call him my big brother, you know, because I mean, literally, you know, he been with me since I was out the womb, like the whole time. So that's my brother, you know. After he passed, man, especially, you know, on the musician side of things, like, it's like I just lost so much gusto for it. I became super uninspired. It's just like it didn't feel the same no more, you know, because like that was who I always went to, you know, get advice musically, get it, you know, like he would listen to all my beats, tell me what he liked, didn't like, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's just like I was missing out having that in my life anymore. So like once that happened, I'm like, man, I don't even want to do this for real no more. But I didn't quit. I kept going, you know, because I just couldn't bring myself to do it, because I know if I did, you know, he wouldn't be happy with that. So,
and that's really resilient of you, bro.
Yeah,
And
so,
Real talk.
no, serious. And
it was
Gary,
tough.
I want to ask kind of a deep question. You have to answer if you don't want to. But I recently lost somebody, and I was struggling with my love for music. Like I didn't want to hear music. I started listening to country because I didn't want to hear anything. Do you feel like you kind of had like how was your relationship with music, even listening, not just creating but listening?
So I've never been a huge I've never been a huge like music listener. Like a lot of times I even drive in silence.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Because a lot of times I have music ideas in my head a lot, and I feel like that helps me to process them a lot is by not listening to a lot of different music, you know. But I will say I couldn't listen to. So me and him shared a lot of the same artists, like favorite artists. I couldn't listen to any of those for a while after, you know. And then when I did, it brought up emotions and everything. But so I would say that. But in terms of listening to other music, I really got into the blues heavy a lot around that time again too. Even though I've always loved the blues, but I really got into it heavy.
Yes, sir.
Around that time. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Thanks for being transparent, by the way.
Oh no, of course, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be lying on the podcast.
Nah, man. You know what I mean? I'm an open book, you know.
My God.
That's what's up. That's cool.
Where'd you go to school?
High school, I went to Emmanuel Christian
EC?
School, EC.
When you graduate?
18.
Oh, okay.
18, yeah.
Okay.
And then UT, I went to UT for 3 years. I minored in jazz, majored in political science.
Nice.
I wound up taking a break during COVID. I didn't want to do the online class kind of thing.
Oh,
Man.
man.
It was
Spared yourself.
Man, it was just too much, man. So, but I'm definitely gonna go back and finish that last year though. But yeah, so
That's what's up, bro. I hope you do.
yeah, man.
Hope you
most
do.
definitely.
So I got another question for you since we're being transparent.
Yeah.
Who is your top 5, or who are your top 5 artists that you will work with in the city?
In the city, Nate Hicks, number 1. You know,
Wait. Let's rewind. You can't have
He
him in
can
this.
have Nate.
Nope, you can't.
oh, so artists that I haven't worked with yet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So
Dun, dun,
The
dun,
first
dun.
artist that I haven't worked with yet that I really want to work with is actually Chief. You know,
Good. Yeah.
and I mean, it's been a few times where we've almost made a song together. He's heard a beat. I'm like, I want that beat, but we just never got around to making it happen.
He's one of the. I want to cut you off. He's one of those artists like he'll wake up today. He'll wake up and be like, I want to put 6 chains on today,
Yeah,
and then 2 days later, you know what? I'm gonna walk around barefooted, and then 5 days later, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this album tomorrow.
Literally.
That's how he is.
Literally.
Chief's world.
But
right
I mean,
there, dog.
the music that he makes is crazy dope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Second will probably be Anitra Sheree. So I
Shout out to
actually
Anitra.
had the opportunity to MD for her.
She not gonna do music with you if you don't say her name right.
Yeah, she heavy on it, Cherie.
Sheree. I'm sorry.
We love you, Nietzsche.
I probably said it wrong. So I actually had a chance to MD for her earlier this year at Acoustic Vibes.
Oh,
Nate.
yeah.
Yep. That was actually our first band at Soulful. That was actually our first Soulful Collective gig.
Right.
She did a set. It was fun. It was really fun.
Nietzsche's standard, dog.
Yes,
So
she
wait,
is.
when is the? Well, actually, no. Continue. My bad.
She's
So-
in the process of a project, so I would suggest
Yeah,
reaching out to her.
most definitely.
She's actually the one that got me the gig today.
Yep.
So shout out to
Okay.
Anitra.
Okay.
She's actually the one
She's
DJing
awesome.
today.
She's tight.
She is
She's
amazing.
tight in.
She is.
She 1983 the brand. She just be acting. Never mind. Let me shut up.
She acting Leo.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
All
that.
right, so you said Chief,
Big Leo.
Nietzsche.
Number 3, I would say Jemiah.
Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, jam.
Tough.
Somewhere in the future, definitely probably her. That's 3.
I think so.
4. 4. This is a tough one. If I had to say somebody, I would say. Well, I mean, I already said I want to work with Clemmy earlier,
course,
so
yes.
I'm not going to put him on the list. We already
Right,
talked about that.
We already got his name in the comments.
Yeah, we put his name in the comments.
If I had to say, Grishawn King.
Oh,
Really? You better
So-
catch him.
Hold on,
before
wait.
he is.
You better catch him
dope.
before you dip.
Hold on. I'm not going with that. We're going to call him Kendall Bird.
That's how we know him.
Kendall Bird.
Yeah,
Kendall
Kendall.
Bird. Kendall Bird.
So you better catch him before you dip.
Kendall Bird. So actually, you know what I'm saying? We're actually pretty cool,
Yes, bro.
I've sent him tracks in the past, we just haven't made anything yet, but he's definitely a big one. I definitely want to work.
Different kind of
for
style.
sure.
Heck
Kendall
yeah.
is one of those people that's sitting at the Last Supper on that picture. You ever paid attention to that?
Wait, which person though? There's so many of them.
If you look, you'll see he's in there somewhere. God dang it. It's probably the dude on the edge.
And then if I had to pick a fifth person, if I had to pick a fifth person,
Make it good. Make it count.
Let me see.
You can't take it back.
I know I can't take it back. If I had to pick a fifth person, I'm gonna pick an OG and say Tracy Haynes.
Man. Okay.
I heard him. He performed. So my band, we're the house band for poetry and spoken word. Event that goes on, and Tracy performed one night. And I was like, yo, I mean, he is killing, man. I'm like, man, I would let him make a record with him.
What song you do? He did
I forgot which one it is though.
Man, Tracy.
He's
I
actually
mean-
opening for Joe.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Tracy,
He
he
is.
been doing music for
Yeah.
a long time, so he probably can do a whole set with his eyes closed and his hand tied. I'm for real.
microphone off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Microphone off. Can y'all hear me out there? You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So
Yeah.
that's
I'll
not
say Tracy,
that's
yeah.
not a bad top 5. So other top 5, who wouldn't you want to work with? No, I'm just
I'm about to say, yeah. I plead the
Like,
fifth, man. I plead the fifth on that one.
It'd be
man.
crazy if he was like, so I don't want to work with
Right
this
there.
motherfucker.
Nah,
Right.
man. I come in peace, though.
I still haven't got my 1,000 for my last beat.
Nah,
They
man,
gave me
that's what's up.
250 and food stamps.
Man, that's a good top 5 though. That's a real good top 5.
No, that's dope though, man.
I do got to point out the lack. I mean, we got Anitra, but the lack of females. You don't really vibe.
So now, honestly, that's because I do work with a lot of female artists.
Okay.
Already,
That makes sense.
Oh, you working with somebody? I'm gonna cut you off, but you working with Kayla.
Yep.
Okay.
Kayla Renee.
Yeah.
I produced a track on her next album. So
That's
That's
dope.
what's up.
Okay.
That's what's
yeah,
up.
and I mean, me and Kayla been knowing each other. I mean, her dad and my dad were like really good friends, and we met in preschool.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That wasn't that
yeah,
long ago.
Pastor McCraney, my dad, they were tight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I was wondering. I was
And
like,
then-
why does she look so familiar?
And
Okay,
then plus
that makes sense.
she's a twin and I'm a twin too.
Yep.
So that
You a twin?
Yep.
I'm a twin too.
Yeah, I'm a twin. Yep, Simone's
I
my
didn't even know you
twin.
was
Simone,
twin.
hi.
Oh, you
Because I know she's watching. I know. Hi, Simone.
Hey, sis.
Yep. Hey sis. Yep, I'm a twin. So
That's what's up.
That's dope. I didn't even put two and two together. That's crazy.
Yep.
So now I have to ask, is the twin a musician at all?
No, she's
Completely
not.
different.
She's not.
Okay.
She has a pretty voice, but she doesn't like to
Okay.
sing at all. But I've tried to get her to let me teach her how to play drums and everything. It just didn't work out. So.
You gotta give her one of them $1,000 beats, bro.
Listen. My sister ain't never got to pay for them for me. So.
Well,
There
I'm
you
just
go.
saying, you let her know that it's $1,000 beat, so
Yeah.
she gonna do her thing.
Right.
You know what I'm
to.
saying?
Facts.
She gonna make it worth this money.
Who knows? I might get her to make a song with me in the future. We'll see.
That'd be dope. Wait,
We'll see.
disguise it as a cover, not a
Yeah.
cover, but as a. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to get too much.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She probably texting me now like, I ain't doing it.
Right.
That's crazy. That's what's up though.
Yeah, man. Man.
So where can everybody find you at on social media? That's
So Instagram GWBeats_, Facebook Gary Black, TikTok GWBeats_.
you be dancing on there?
Nah, man, I don't dance, man. I don't know that, man. I post covers on there. I do guitar covers, keyboard covers, that kind of thing. So.
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But before we close, do you have any questions for us?
Nate, man.
Hit me, Doc.
When can we, man, bro? We got it.
It's Quincy's fault. I'm blaming Q.
Man, bro, we got to get something popping, man.
We do,
bro.
we do,
We got to
man.
get something, man. At least get on the record together or something.
Of course, bro. By all means.
Yeah. So you said, have y'all all listened to the Chronicle Part 2 yet or no?
No, so I don't know if Sin
Have not.
has not,
Mm-mm.
and I think Jay has listened to a few
So
tracks.
what was your favorite track off of the last album?
Off 2?
Yeah, off of 2, yeah.
Let me take a look.
Because everybody been telling me one. I'm talking about I've been getting one answer the entire time.
Because I listened to it like the night you released it too.
Uh-huh.
Man, I always have top 2,
Yeah, me too.
and it's always interchangeable. But I guarantee you ain't gonna like my top 2.
Okay, what's your top 2, man?
All right, so I really mess with Farewell.
Farewell?
Heavy, like
Okay.
I'm gonna play it. This is my bro.
Okay, this is Michael Jackson. This is
Yes.
Wait, what's your name on Apple?
GW Beats. Yep, GWB and then EATZ.
Because of the bass line.
Hold on.
Hold on now.
Rewrite.
That just went crazy. I heard that.
This is like my number one. When the night I had listened to it, I had this song like repeated like 3 or 4 times. It's 2:00 in the morning. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy.
Hey, I'm chilling in the house, like playing his mug loud in the mug. My son is asleep in the next room.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
man, this will go crazy. But yeah,
That's
all right,
crazy.
okay, yeah, I'll start from the top. You guys gotta hit the mic.
Is this real too bad of you?
That was crazy.
Now this is top down.
This is it.
This is top-down music right
definitely
here.
old school top down vibes. A Detroit dude was trying to tear this song up.
Let's talk about the dream notes. Let's talk about the
Man.
dream notes, Doc. Hey, I
Dude.
listen. I listen, bro.
Dude, man.
Hey, why am I over here about to rap? I keep trying to.
I'm saying, I literally just said, a Detroit
I was just
rapper
about to go
tear
in.
this
So I
song.
was just about to go
and
A
in.
that's
Detroit rapper?
And that's why too, man. I wanted to drop the beat tapes, man, because like I want people to be able to enjoy the music like this and like be in the car with their homies
Freestyle.
and just rap. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Genius. That's genius.
and it's like man, like it's
Freestyle
like
Friday.
I want to inspire people. Like I had somebody hit me up on Instagram like yo, your album inspired me, man. Like it got me back in the studio, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, little old me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just making my beats, just posting them, But the fact that it's touching people, like man, that's what it's all about.
So, just a jewel real quick.
Yeah.
Because you got these out online, like on Apple Music and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, when you scroll to the bottom, it gives the information.
Yeah,
You should, and like it say, what's the name of the label?
yeah.
Just put either your email or your contact info.
Oh, word.
Hey, you said that on air.
I mean, it's cool. I just,
Dropping gems. Dropping
No, I
gems.
mean that's real game.
It's
though.
all
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we'll put the exclusive on there. Put the
My
exclusive
bad.
on that.
My bad.
Oh man.
The Angry Orchard making me happy.
All kinds of slew of emotions going on.
Yeah,
over
you
here.
know what I'm saying?
No,
So-
I mean that's real game.
But and I mean, it's just, you know what I'm saying, for people, because you gotta think it might be people who listen to it, but they might be like, all right, I'm gonna go check it out later.
Right.
I'm gonna go look at his Instagram later.
Right.
Never go do it.
Right.
But they gonna scroll down like, oh shit, here goes his info right here. Let me do that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
So
Real talk.
But
man.
my second choice off of it, I don't know if it's different or not, but Melody to My Love.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You see what I mean? Like I'm because I listen to everything and I'm like, okay.
So that was a complete live instrument. Like I'm talking about drums, everything. Like I really played everything myself on that track.
And for me, I'm more of a supporter of that.
Right.
If that makes sense.
The artistry.
The artistry, like the fact that you can get on a track, do all the instruments yourself. Okay, yep, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. Cause I have a song. No, we'll talk off air. We'll talk off air. We'll talk off air.
are you into the song or you dozing off?
No, I'm actually listening.
No, I know. I know you we always on the grind today.
Tired.
Just right
Like
here.
this is the type of music I light a cigar to,
For sure.
bruh.
Man.
Like when I heard this, I think this was the last song I listened to, and it was super early in the morning. I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna go outside and cut up this Christmas tree, start a bonfire." Bro.
Cutting up this Christmas tree. You need to get a never mind, I can't drop no more gems on the air.
Yeah, I already dropped one too.
I was about to say you need to get one of those. This is GW Beats.
Tough.
That's that
But
Keith,
yeah,
put
bro.
that Keith Sweat voice on there.
Smooth Keith
GW
Sweat.
Beats.
Yeah, those are my top
Man.
two, and it was like the last one was like close to the
Certified,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
bro.
man.
Certified as fire. I knew you gave it. You gave it y'all on that one.
Yeah, man. Like that's still my favorite to this day, man. But I mean, who knows? I might make a beat next week and be like, and then just forget about
Like scrap the
Certified,
whole rest of
man.
it, bro.
You
Have
know,
to take these off of Spotify.
that's the journey, man. That's the journey.
It's awesome you doing this, bro. Real talk.
Real talk,
Dang,
man. Appreciate you.
I keep wanting to give gems. No, go
I mean,
ahead.
No, I mean we about to.
Yeah,
you have
we-
any other questions for us? Because we can drop the gems after we're off there.
I mean, I'm good, man. I just want to thank y'all for having me on here, man.
Mm,
It's
thank you.
it's been an honor for sure.
Yes, sir. I wanted to make sure we didn't catch you a couple months later, bro. He was like, "Some within the next couple months." I was like, "Bro, what?
I mean, you know,
Weeks, dog. What are you talking about? It's been 2 weeks."
That's the thing about me, man. I want to think about to come here and just get a time off back. Y'all have a lot of
Yeah.
artists on here, man. So
Yeah,
whenever my turn was,
It's crazy you caught us in the perfect time because
Yeah.
it's like these next 2 weeks are swing weeks for us. Pause.
Mhm. Not swinger weeks.
Yeah, right. Because
Sweet,
we have so much stuff going on Fridays that we
Yeah.
like doing stuff on Saturdays. It kind
Right.
of gives us more time to emphasize on like Jason started off with entrepreneurs, more so producers that we've actually started doing on Saturdays and stuff like that. And anything else outside of music,
yeah, man.
but most deaf, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up, man.
And we thank you for coming on the air.
Yes, sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure meeting you
Very
too.
pleasure meeting you.
Oh yeah, for me too. Because I mean, I see what you do,
Yeah.
but we've never.
I'm gonna say, yeah, we've been Facebook friends.
Yeah,
for
we never.
real.
You know what I'm saying. I listen to what Nate Davis say. You know what I'm saying. So I've heard a lot.
Man, shout out to Dave, man.
Shout out
That-
Dave,
man,
Push Keys,
so
man.
quick. So I got a quick story about Dave, man. So he was actually in a session with me like a month ago. I was laying drums down for the track I made for Kayla Renee.
Yep.
And man, like he caught something that I didn't catch, and I was just like, wow, like there's still real people, that ain't gonna like pray on your downfall, because anybody could,
He
what I'm
ain't
saying,
like
could have
that.
gave me some
Like
bad advice in that
Yeah.
moment, but he gave me some quality advice, man. So shout out to Dave, man. I appreciate
Dave is
it,
the
man.
truth, bro.
Yeah, man.
The Dave Push Keys is
Yeah.
actually keys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keys to life.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
He is
talk.
very genuine though.
He
Real talk,
is.
man.
He's a
drops
good
lot of
dude.
Real
advice.
talk, man.
He's a
Yeah,
good
real talk.
dude.
He overdrops.
Leave him alone.
He has a good soul, man.
No, he does real good. So
Heck yeah,
shout out to David out there basket weaving for all the elderly.
Yep. Yeah, we're spread
And
the
knitting and all that.
Elderly swingers.
Oh, here we go. Anyway.
Anyways.
Oh man, I was just playing. But yeah, hey, it was a great episode. We appreciate you coming through, man.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Oh, for sure. Welcome anytime, man. We got some stuff coming up too. We're gonna throw you an invite too.
Say
Yes,
less,
sir.
man.
Have
Say less.
to.
Let me know, man. I'll be here. Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, Sin can't make it.
I'll be there late.
Oh, that's cool.
Jeez, I'll
Okay.
be there late.
Just kick the DJ off the turntable.
AKA
Which will
Shorty
probably be
to the
me.
left. That's him to
That's
the left.
cool. Just whatever you just whatever you do, just you know what I'm saying, ask before you jump on my board.
Oh, here we
Your
go.
board.
Oh,
Hey, we edited it.
I'm about to snitch on camera. Like, I'm about to
using
snitch.
my board though.
Using that board?
Yeah, I'm using my board. You ain't just here over here scratching.
I heard it scratching, but you
Yeah.
doing that, but what's downstairs?
It ain't.
It ain't even downstairs, it's up there.
It won't connect to this.
Oh, that's
No,
unfortunate.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
know.
like I jailbroke it for a reason.
What's your iPad?
No.
Oh, well, you can
Turntable.
jailbreak my iPad too.
I got you.
Because Serato, for some reason, Serato won't download on here.
It's not. Yeah, it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Anyways, well, I'm Nate Maddox. We got the lovely Sin, my boy YFGJ,
dude.
and my brother Gary Black. Man, we greatly appreciate you.
You gotta say, tell your mama to call me.
No, but thanks for coming through, bro.
Yeah,
Until next
appreciate y'all,
time.
man. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, man. We'll be back. We got another episode.
Stay tuned.